Hey everyone, Jordan here with 9 to 5 Toys, and today we're going to be taking a look at the glorious PC Gaming Race Model D gaming mouse. Most of the gaming mice that we hear about are from more well-known companies like Razer and Logitech. But if you're not involved in enthusiast forums or looking around a little bit, then you might miss some awesome products from smaller companies like Glorious. Glorious PC Gaming Race has been creating some peripherals for gamers who aren't quite satisfied with the status quo from bigger companies. And the Model D is the latest in their lineup of lightweight, ergonomic gaming mice, and it packs a ton of features and still keeps the price down around $50. So let's check it out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. So first up with the Model D, let's see what all we find in the box. In this recently updated packaging, we just have the mouse, a quick start guide, a bunch of stickers and other glorious literature, and some extra large PTFE feet that can be attached to the bottom of the Model D. If you've never heard of Glorious before, this is their third mouse that they've come out with. They also have the Model O and the Model O-. And just like those mice, the brand new Model D also features that honeycomb design here on top, which does a couple of things. First off, it helps to reduce weight by just physically removing material. And then it can also help to keep your hand cool by allowing a little bit of airflow through there to actually, get on your palm if your palms are getting sweaty while playing an intense game. The Model D is designed as a right-handed mouse with 6 programmable buttons. By default, the button on top right in between the two mouse clicks is a DPI switch button, and there are 4 different DPI settings pre-programmed into the Model D. And those are also signified by this LED light down here on the bottom. So as we click through those, you can see that LED light changes to represent the different DPI settings. And by default, those settings go from 400 DPI up to 3200 DPI. There are 2 extra settings that can be enabled, and then also you can set a higher DPI setting if you want within the Glorious Model D software. The color that we have here is the matte white. Glorious also offers black, and then they have both matte and glossy versions of both white and black. The glossy versions of the mice do cost an additional $10. The newest mouse in Glorious's lineup, the Model D features some ergonomic differences from the previous models. It's the same length as the Model O, but is a little bit taller and a little bit wider. Actually, the dimensions are pretty similar to what the Razer Death Adder 2 is like. And you also see on the top it has a nice slope going off to the right, and overall just has a higher hump in the middle, and just makes a really nice, comfortable, ergonomic design. One of the main features of the Model D and also the Model O and O- from Glorious are that these are pretty lightweight gaming mice. On the Model D, Glorious managed to keep the weight down to 68 grams, which in comparison, we talked about the Death Adder V2, that comes in at 82 grams. But if lightweight is what you're really after, then you do need to check out Glorious's other mouse, the Model O-, which comes in at just 58 grams. Or you could also check out Razer's recent Viper Mini, which comes in at 61 grams. So there's some other great, really lightweight options out there too. The sensor on the Model D is nothing new. Glorious went with the common standard, the PixArt 3360. This sensor allows sensitivity up to 12,000 DPI. We briefly mentioned it earlier, but there are 2 large PTFE feet that can be attached to the bottom of the Model D to make it a little bit smoother when sliding on a mouse pad. That's going to come down to a personal preference, and with the adhesive backing, it's easy to attach those if you want to try that out and see how it feels. Another great feature of the Glorious PC Gaming Race mice is the RGB built into it. Obviously you can see we have the large lines going down the side, the scroll wheel lights up, but then because of the honeycomb design, you can actually see the inside of the mouse, and there's quite a bit of RGB color that shines through that as well. So as far as RGB on mice goes, this is probably one of the most colorful mice that I've seen, which is really cool. And with the matte white design, I feel like it really shows off the color really well. And though the software isn't necessary to use the Model D, everything works right out of the box. You can still cycle through DPI settings. If you do want to make any changes to the mouse, both in performance or macros or the RGB settings, you will need to download and install Glorious's Model D software to make any of those changes. And within that app, you can make changes to DPI settings, all the RGB colors and directions and speed, mouse bindings and macros, as well as dig further into some of the configuration options for the mouse. And all of this translates into a really great feeling mouse for gaming. Glorious has put together a pretty incredible package for just $50. The ergonomic design paired with a lightweight, colorful RGB display make the Model D a great choice. I find the Model D very comfortable. I think it is because it's pretty similar to what the Death Adder V2 is that I've been using recently. I haven't tried the Model O or O- personally, but they feature a lot of the same hardware, just some different ergonomic designs. And Glorious explains a lot of those different changes and shows different dimensions on their website if you want to check out some of the differences between their 3 gaming mice. So what do you think of the Glorious PC Gaming Race Model D gaming mouse? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.